What's up, YouTube? It's time for the finals of the March 2024 LCQ. The player that wins this game will walk away with a qualification for the year-end Lawnlander Championship. These players are playing Canadian Highlander. Both of them did actually play in the championships last year. Sean, the Mono Red Goblins pilot, at the top of your screen, made it all the way to the finals. Sean's points for this game are Mox Ruby and Black Lotus. As a side prize, as if the qualification wasn't enough, they're playing for an underground sea. The loser of this game just gets a rusty old tropical island. Luke Sheely at the bottom of your screen playing Seeker Walk with points of Spell Seeker, Time Walk, and Survival of the Fittest. I believe Luke said that the last 5 times that he has played against Sean has beaten him. So we will see what happens here. Luke looking to make a repeat. Of course, Luke was the winner of the last Lawnlander Championship Series qualifier. That is how he got his spot in the championship last year. Won that LCQ in October. So, will it be Mono Red Goblins from Sean O'Dean or Seeker Walk from Luke? Sean's deck, if you want to learn about it, there's a video up on the channel. It's called What is Mono Red Goblins? What is Goblins, actually? I think that's what it's called. Luke also has a video up on his deck. You can learn about these decks from the players that pilot them. Just look back in the channel history or search for what is Goblins or what is Seeker Walk. Players getting started here. Looking at their opening 7-card hands. Looks like we're going to keep. Sean's going to start off with a Mountain and a Ragavan. Luke has got a Aether Vial. Back on Sean's turn. There's a Saga from Sean here. Ragavan going to get in the red zone. That will get a Tundra off the top of the deck. Sean will get a treasure token. We'll see what the follow-up is. I want to apologize for the glare at the top of the screen. We just moved into this new room at Game Castle. Sean's got a Battle Cry Goblin, and we'll pass over to Luke. The Aether Vial is going to pick up a counter. Yep, we just moved into this new streaming room here at Game Castle, and growing pains are in abundance. We will fix that glare in the future, I promise. Luke's just got a land and a pass back to Sean. Sean's got land number 3. Of course, Saga going to go up to chapter 2. Here's 3 mana. I believe that is a it's Goblin Chieftain, I think. Makes them all cost 1 less. They cost 1 less and have haste. So Luke will take 4 here after Mother of Runes gets slid into play. Blocks the Ragavan to trade. Beseiju going to take care of this Urza Saga before it gets to go get a Black Lotus. So Sean will get another mountain out of the deck. Luke's got a Marsh Flats. And we'll see if there's a follow-up. Doesn't look so. Look, it doesn't look like it. So we'll pass back to Sean here. Sean's got another mountain. And I believe that is a Trash Master in hand here. Trash Master, perhaps going to get reprieved or miscalculated. It's a reprieve. Looks like Luke will also fetch before he gets to draw the card here. So that's a Surveil land. This is the first tournament where the Surveil lands have been legal as far as our Canadian Highlander scene goes. Several people were playing them. I saw Luke get some really good value out of them. So Dress Down, going to go to the graveyard here. Draw a card off that reprieve. Both these creatures in the red zone. Luke down to 9. Luke activates the Aether Vial, but doesn't put anything into play. Here is the Spell Seeker. I believe Luke has the combo here unless Sean has a way to interact. Luke going to pick up the Ephemerate. Spellseeker going to get flickered. Luke's going to get that beautiful retro Time Walk Lawnlander promo. I think that's going to do it. Goblin Grenade an instant? Sean has this Goblin Grenade in hand. I can't remember if Goblin Grenade is instant or not. I believe that it is, and if it is, he'll be able to break up the combo right here. Spellseeker will die and not get to come back in and go find something, but Spellseeker does look like it gets flickered. It's going to go pick up an Eladamri's Call. Luke going to take a draw step, crack another fetch land. See what he's got. I would imagine if he didn't go get the Neo form that, well, Eladamri's Call accomplishes the same thing, except the Spellseeker gets to stay in play instead of getting sacrificed. So Eladamri's Call going to get cast here, it looks like. That's going to go find an Eternal Witness. The Eternal Witness is going to come into play off of the Aether Vial, get back the Ephemerate. Ephemerate's going to Ephemerate the Eternal Witness, and that will get back Time Walk. So Luke has just taken infinite turns here. That's going to do it for game number 1. These players are shuffling up. For Luke, he's one step closer to back-to-back Lawnlander wins and a qualification for this year's championship. Sean will have to win 2 games now in order to get those titles for himself. Let's see if we can fast forward through the shuffling here. Looks like both players are going to send them back for 6-card hands. I believe this is Luke now on a mulligan to 5 here. Sean looks as though he has kept 6. Going to send a card to the bottom real quick. I would imagine we'll get started here shortly while Luke draws up his 3rd hand for this game. Go ahead and subscribe to the channel. Make sure you turn those notifications on. Like the video and comment down below who you think is going to win this one. Luke's going to keep 5. 2 cards going to the bottom here. You got to be happy about that if you're in Sean's spots. Alrighty, players are ready. Here's a mountain and an Aether Vial from Sean. Deathrite Shaman from Luke. Aether Vial going to get a counter here. Sean got a 2nd land. Tarfire going to take care of Deathrite Shaman. Is the Aether Vial getting activated? Nope. Sean going to pass back to Luke. No reason to activate that Aether Vial unless the creature you're trying to put into play has haste and can attack this turn. Might as well wait for the opponent's instep. Here's a Ponder from Luke. Looks like 3 go to the top, and Luke draws again. Here's a Surveil land. That's going to put a Palace Jailer into the graveyard. Aether Vial going to get activated on the end of the turn and then pick up another counter. In Sean's upkeep, here is a Mog Raider. And Aether Vial going to get activated again. That is going to put the Moria Marauder into play. Sean's got an Urza Saga as the land for turn. And we'll pass back over to Luke. Here is a Brainstorm from Luke. The Moria Marauder card from Lord of the Rings. That thing can do some really heavy lifting. Hang on just a second while I pull it up. I want to make sure I tell you correctly when I tell you what it does. There's a Seachrome Coast from Luke. Source of Plowshare is going to take care of the Moria Marauder. Sean will gain 2 life. Aether Vial going to pick up another counter here. Alrighty. Let me pull up. Both creatures in the red zone. Move down to 15. Sean's just going to pass the turn back. Looks like Luke has land number 4, and he'll just pass the turn. So, end of the turn, Sean going to slide a Goblin Matron into play. And Aven Mind Sensor is going to get flashed in from Luke. Luckily, Sean did manage to find a Goblin in the top 4. I do still want to tell you what Moria Marauder does. It is a 1/1 with double strike, and whenever a Goblin or Orc you control deals combat damage, you exile the top card of your library. You can play it this turn. So, if it connects, basically draw 2 cards. Back on Sean's turn. Urza Saga is gonna get up to chapter number 3. Unfortunately for Sean, the Aven Mind Sensor pretty likely to mess that up for him. Yep, he does not get to find anything off of it, and I believe he has a colorless mana floating here from it. Luke just 1 card in hand. The Aven Mind Sensor. This is not a position you want to be in if you're Luke. There's Pashelic no, no, what is this card's name? It is another one of those legendary creatures. All of the creatures are going to turn sideways. Even Mind Sensor will have to block one of them. The Mutavault, it looks like. Yes, Pashelic Mons is that creature's name. Luke going to take a bunch of damage here down to 12. Going to need to draw something really good, possibly cracking this Polluted Delta here on the instep. Trying to thin that library out, give him the best possible chance for a solid top deck. I don't think he has another Surveil land he can go get. He's just playing 2 of them, the blue-white one and the green-white one. Here's a Skyclave Apparition. I would imagine that's going to take care of the Pashelic Mons. See, Sean's last card in hand here is a Goblin Trash Master. It's going to be Pashelic Mons underneath the Apparition. Sean, going to put another counter on the Aether Vial at a mountain. Mutavault going to get activated here. Goblin Trash Master going to get slid into play. So this is an attack for 3, 7, 9, I believe. So Luke down to 5. Mutavault back to being a creature. It's Luke's turn once again. Savannah as land for turn. Here is a Polluted Delta getting cracked. Luke knows that Sean has Price of Progress in the deck. Blood Moon as well. Timeless Witness going to get back Swords to Plowshares. Swords to Plowshares is going to get pointed at the Trash Master. Sean got to untap. Luke in danger here. Another Lord here might be good enough. A removal spell might be good enough. Mutavault getting activated. All 3 creatures getting in the red zone. Timeless Witness going to block the Mutavault. Mog Raider going to get blocked by Skyclave Apparition. So Luke will just be taking 1 here. He'll get a Illusion Creature token. It's a 3/3, I believe. Luke draws a Time Walk. This man never doesn't have it. Forest off the top. Can Sean find a way to end this game? Luke just has 4 life points left, no cards in hand. Sean draws the Goblin Recruiter. All right, hang on. Let me see if I can fast forward through the Goblin Recruiter finding stuff. Resolving the Recruiter pile always takes a while. Oop, I went too far. There is the Recruiter pile. Looks to be about 7 or 8 goblins. So that must be a Muxus stack. Sean's going to try to put 6 goblins into play with the Muxus. No need to do that. The 3/3 token is going to get in the red zone, and with the top deck of another land there, Luke has seen enough. We are going to get a game number 3 here in the finals of this Lawnlander Championship qualifier. Winner of this is going to walk away with that Underground Sea you see right there. Qualification to the championship at the end of the year. Make sure you subscribe to the channel. We've got Canadian Highlander content coming to you all the rest of this year leading up to that final tournament. The Maple Cup is starting next week. That's a Canadian Highlander League. And then in May, we've got another LCQ. Tomorrow, a little video recapping this tournament with some interesting data points, and as well as an update to the season points leaderboard. Players drawing up their hands here. Both of them going to take a mulligan. Will it be Sean or Luke who wins this game? Comment down below. Let me know. Hit the comments, smash the like button, subscribe to the channel. Both players on 6 here. Both players going to 5 cards. That is absurd. You never, ever want to go to 5 cards. But if you are going to 5 cards and your opponent is also going to 5 cards, you are very lucky. All right. Are we going any lower? It looks like Luke is setting cards off to the side. So maybe Luke has decided to keep this 5-card hand. In Sean's hand, I see a Ragavan, a Black Lotus. 2 cards going to the bottom here. Both players going to keep 5. Luke's still pondering his choices. So for Sean, I see Mox Ruby Mountain, Black Lotus. I believe that is a Goblin Matron, but I could be wrong. Here's a Beseju and a Deathrite Shaman from Luke. Mox Ruby Mountain, dashing a Ragavan. Luke obliges the trade. Here is a Wall of Roots from Sean. There's 3 mana for the Goblin Matron. So Sean is going to get a search for Goblin Recruiter here. And unless Luke has something really, really good in hand, we could see a very, very short game here. There is the Goblin Recruiter. So Sean can win as early as Nick's turn, I believe. So I would imagine we're going to see a... He didn't play the Black Lotus and cast the Goblin Recruiter. That's questionable. I think we should have played the Black Lotus and cast the Recruiter there. That would set up a win this turn, right? That would set up a win this turn because if he just draws the Conspicuous Snoop and goes off. Oh boy. I don't know. I don't know the Goblin math. Go check out Sean's What is Goblins video. He has a really cool slideshow where he breaks down all of the different combo lines. I could be wrong. Maybe that was not the thing to do there. Regardless, here is the Recruiter getting resolved. There's a bunch of goblins going to the top of Sean's deck. See if I can fast forward through the Recruiter pile. There we go. There's a Black Lotus getting cast. And there is a Muxus from Sean. Off of this Black Lotus, that is going to put a whole bunch of goblins into play. Oh, but a miscalculation from Luke here counters the Muxus. Let's see if Sean can get his way back into this. That is the new case of something or other. Whenever you attack with a creature, you exile the top card of your library, and then you can pay 2 and sacrifice it. It basically turns all of your creatures into Bomat Courier. Miscalculation to take care of that Muxus. That game would have been over, I believe. All right. What has Luke managed to put together here? He's thinking awfully hard. Just going to pass back over to Sean. Sean with a fresh card off the top. It is the Torch Courier. So Sean would be able to attack with 3 creatures here. That'll put 3 cards underneath the case. Miscalculation is going to take care of the Torch Courier. Or sorry, Mental Misstep. Mental Misstep. Going to take care of the Torch Courier. Sean going to attack. That'll put a couple more cards under that card, under the case. And then he's going to cash it in. So I believe this is 5 cards to hand. 4 cards. 4 cards to hand. And the Skirk Prospector going to get cast here. On Luke's turn, a Wild Growth going to get put on a Plains. And things are not looking good for Luke. Sean with the ability to just draw a bunch of cards there. Luke stumbling off of that mulligan. Here's the Conspicuous Snoop. That's got the Kiki Jiki on top. So Nick's turn, during his upkeep, Sean will be able to make infinite Snoop tokens. Unfortunately, the Torch Courier getting countered last turn means that he can't give the Snoop haste this turn. So he will have to wait. If Luke has an answer to the Conspicuous Snoop right now, it changes it a bunch. Still has 18 life too, so that's a ton to work with. There's the Raging Goblin. And that is a Mog Fanatic. All 4 creatures are going to get in the red zone. That's going to knock Luke down to 15 after he blocks one of them. Of course, I believe they're all 1/1s. Luke's got just 2 cards in hand, I think. Let's see what he's managed to put together. Doing some math, I think. So unless Luke has an answer for this Conspicuous Snoop, here's 5 mana. Could be a Solitude to take care of that Snoop. Finale of Devastation. So this will be a finale for 3. He could just be trying to win as soon as possible and not worry about what Sean's... Sean's only got 1 card in his hand, and Luke knows that it's a Goblin. So Luke knows. Luke has full information. I believe if Luke just goes and gets Spellseeker here, No, that doesn't actually do it because Sean is just going to kill him. In Sean's upkeep, while before he draws a card, the the conspicuous snoop can make infinite copies of itself because the Kiki Jiki is on the top there, and they'll all have haste. Yeah, Luke can't go get the spell seeker here, otherwise he just dies. He gets Uro. So Uro gives him another look at a card. I don't think he's played a land this turn yet, so he could still potentially have a land to put into play. Plus, he played the swords already, didn't he? Or was that last game? A 1 mana removal spell plus a land here. Give a Luke a fighting chance. He puts his Savannah into play, okay? And he's got a Utopia Sprawl for it. So I believe Luke's shields are down. All Sean has to do is make infinite tokens here. Oh, no. Oh, no. Um, let's see. Well, Sean missed it. He could have made infinite tokens there. Uh, I'm not 100% sure if that matters or not, though. He's got a ton of power in play, and Luke is just struggling. Here's a broadside bombardiers. So that, I mean, that ends the game right here too. Luke gets to attack for something like 6, and then throw one of these things at Luke. So Luke being at, he's still at 18. There's no way Luke is at 18. That's got to be 10, right? Yeah, Luke is at 10. So any one of these creatures, the Snoop would do it, the Matron would do it, the Recruiter would do it. Yeah. So Sean attacks here for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Luke will get a block 1. So he'll go to 7, and then Sean can just throw even one of the 1 drops. Oh, he was at 18. Interesting. So Sean throws the... Okay. Interesting. So Sean throws the Conspicuous Snoop to kill the Wall of Roots. Luke has a Cosmic Rebirth for the Wall of Roots, which is then able to put the Uro into play off of the Wall of Roots mana. Okay, back on Sean's turn. Oh man, this Uro is doing work. Okay, so Kiki Jiki is here now. Kiki Jiki is going to copy the Broadside Bombardiers, I believe. And this is an attack for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Luke's going to double block the broadside, one of the Broadside Bombardiers. So he will take 7, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So Luke will take 7. And then it looks like Sean flings the Kiki Jiki at him. No, he flung the Kiki Jiki at the Uro. Ay, ay, ay. He could just throw that at Luke's face. He could just throw 2 things at Luke's face. Sean, what are you doing? Are you throwing the game away, my man? You're giving me a heart attack. You've had lethal twice. What's going on, Luke? Luke's got a breeding pool. Timeless Witness gets back Uro. Uro gets cast again. Luke back up to 9. Goblin Javelineer. Mog Fanatic takes care of the Timeless Witness. All the creatures get in the red zone. Luke goes to 3, and then Broadside Bombardiers is going to finish this off. Sean O'Dean is your winner. Going to walk away with that. Excuse me. Going to walk away with that Underground Sea and a qualification for this year's year-end tournament. Congratulations to Sean. There he is, right there as he won that game and with his Underground Sea. Congratulations again to Sean. And thanks to all of you viewers out here who made it to the end. This tournament was fantastic. Once again, there will be a video up tomorrow on the channel, kind of recapping some of the data, and then we'll have a look on this at the season points leaderboard as well. So make sure you subscribe, hit that notification button, so that when that video goes up, you do get notified. But until then, thanks for watching. See you in the next one.